Good afternoon, everybody. I had some trouble loading this. I hope that everybody is hearing this. I have some problems with my camera right now, so just hold on for 2 or 3 seconds and I'll be back. Here we are. So, okay, camera's not still not. Okay, well, you can see me anyway. Can you hear me? Hey, Ramon, good to see you here. Tesla, it's on its 200 SME, yeah. Well, on the early bird show, I think it was OP who said, well, will Tesla go to 40 points up or 40 points down? And then I drew these lines, 451, 541, I'm sorry, and 623. And maybe you remember what I said. I said, well, it will get there and go back, or get there and go up. Well, I just missed it here on $10 and here on $10 also. So I think I won the contest on that one. But well, Tesla really struggling right now. And there's still all kinds of discussions on Twitter, even on my Twitter, and people who are saying, no, Tesla really made profit last year also in selling cars. Well, I know that the Tesla accounting is wicked sometimes, and you really have to be a specialist to read those numbers. But let me tell you this: if they had no emission sales and if they had no Bitcoin sales, then the total loss in 2020 would have been around $800 million. That's just a fact of life. So this is Tesla. I'm not going to trade Tesla today, so I'm really curious if this, if you're in this one, then please watch this at 200, of course. And if it doesn't hold there, then the next level will be around this 549-ish. So we have this watch list going on, this big one. And well, just maybe we can look at see if something changed from this morning. So this is the mnmd, the small one. I'm looking at a 1 minute here now, but there's no volume whatsoever in this one. So don't bother trying this in pre-market, because you get stuck in something like this, then you are not happy. So it just falls down here in 1 minute. That's because of the very low volume that's trading right now. So mnmd in pre-market trading is not something that I would recommend right now, just because the volume isn't there. So this is just here on the 5 minute. Here you see the false breakouts. So you just might have thought, no, you didn't think that, because it's just there's no volume whatsoever. So I hope that you didn't do this. But normally I tell you, okay, if this one gets above the previous 5 minutes in pre-market, then maybe you can step in here at 364. Maybe you did, only got up to 369 and down again, back to where you came from, 363. So you would have still be in here, and then this would have happened. So even if you're just in with $100 of $200 or $300, then you don't want to see 30 cents breaking down. So that's mnmd. Then bingo. Let's look at bingo. Also can be a big mover. Okay, here we go. This is bingo now trying to get back to its pre-market opening price. It's always interesting to watch what's going to happen. Also with no volume at all. This is a big spike, of course, compared to this, but it's only 8,000. So with 8,000 in pre-market, that's so tricky to trade that. So don't do that right now. That's not something that I would do, at least. You're using Tesla's index for EVs. All right. Let's see how FCell does then. It's also directly linked on our friend Tesla. So this is pre-market action FCell, also with no volume whatsoever. So don't get in here pre-market, but it's something that you might want to watch now. FCell above, I think, 795. FCell above 795 will be a long for me. So this is interesting. So if you don't want to join the big boys, and you can also trade FCell, which was 30 at one time. And when you see this is just me practicing. This is just me practicing my. You see this sometimes on one of my charts. This is me practicing my option trading. So if it goes back up to 30, then I have $23,000 in my pocket. That's just option trading, and that's not a part of my daily show, so I'm not going to bother you with that. It's just my own training. Keep training every day. So this is interesting here. Always something difficult in precisely. Maybe this trend line will tell us something. If it breaks under this one again, then it has to hold the 724 level. But maybe just can get above this 8 level on FCell. So maybe you put FCell also on your watch list, Ramon, to look if something's happening there. Okay, let's look at GE. Something moving in GE also. Also with no volume. So for pre-market trading, this is not interesting at all. The levels that I called out still standing there, 1318 and 1331. Let's look at CCL. CCL is always can be a big move. Okay, we called this level here 2668. That's still a level, of course, now, and here 2734. Broke that just once or twice now. So let's say it's 2735. Well, that's nothing. Also, nothing happening on CCL now in pre-markets. Very quiet on these ones. And then what else? What did we have? Oh yeah, ET. phone home. So on ET, also no volume. This 10 level on ET, you can see that on the daily here. So this 10 level is was really resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4 days at least. Try to get through that, then did, and we couldn't hold that price there. 10.37. So what you want to do now on this one is see if there's a pullback on ET, and if the pullback really, and if 10 really holds, then you have a long on your hands, and if it breaks, then it can fall back to this 968 or 953 even. So really curious about ET right now, what's going to happen there. Okay, let's look at the watch list. Is something moving now in pre-markets other than what we just witnessed here? Let's look at some volume. And this is green. So we need volume now. So this digital brands group is an IPO. Might just watch that one today. So that's real big problems here. I don't keep track of all these IPOs, so I'm not really into them. But if I see something like this, moving like this, and now people may just get into this. So this is what we see a lot in openings, in pre-market openings. And everybody watch my show on the early bird show, or even this show, you can see this. That is not an exact trend line, but stock pops up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times even. So we missed this one on the early bird show, but I don't care about that right now. And now it's trying to hold here its pre-market open price. So this $4 might just be something. Just gonna see now if there's something going on. No. So this 4 might be interesting to keep watching. I don't think that you can short this one. Yeah, well, normally I still want to see this one because there are no real levels to draw here. I really want to see this one. What you can do right now is, okay, 2 ways to play this. There's a lot of room for 520, as you see here, which is now VWAP. So let's assume markets open now. Then you can, what you could have done, what you could do now, you can say, okay, this is almost a double bottom. This is a level. I'm going to get in here because it's now just breaking the 9 EMA on a 1 minute. And then this is my profit. So this is 90 cents. And I'm going to keep a real tight stop on this one because I don't want to see this one go under $4. So then you have a 25 spread. So now you can get in, and you now, if you buy this one right now, then you're buying in resistance. I don't say that you have to do this. There's 20 minutes delay, 20 seconds delay, I think, on YouTube. So watch this one here, and now you can say, okay, I'm going to play this one to VWAP, and then I have a 90 cent gain here. But what you also have to realize that if you do that, then this here, this 9 EMA, this one here, is also a level. So if you say, okay, it's going to break that level also. Well, maybe it does, but it really is the next level right now. So, and now your price or your risk ratio is 1-to-1. So not interested in this until it gets above this 458, which is now VWAP on the 5 EMA. So that's how I look at those stocks. Okay, can I play this up to here? Yes, I can. Maybe I will. Then I look at my 5-minute chart and say, okay, what 9 EMA is here on 460-ish. That's also a level. So I can only make here 12 cents, 32 cents. And I'm taking a risk of 25 cents. So that's not an option that I want to take then, just because the risk ratio is not good. Oh, H, yeah, that's really impressive. Everything's red. That's really great. That's maybe a record. So are you a day trader, or do you also day trade overnight? Let's go back to this watch list. Let's see if something's going on in pre-market that we can really see. T is 26,000 on a 1 minute traded right now on T. This is trying to make now a new high on a 5 minutes. So this could have been a point that you say, I'm gonna get in here right now. But it has to break this 13, it's only 17 cents before the next resistance. So that's not a lot on a stock like this. So I rather would wait and really play this breakout here to the top. It really tries to hold. It's a VWAP, so it looks strong to me right now. So T is something that I'm going to write down as a possibility for day trading, but I really don't know if you should do this in pre-market, because it's just too scary for me. If you want to make something, a little bit of money on this one, so you really have to buy into this deeply, and with only 15,000 stocks, it's still scary. So I'm not going to do that. Let's look at some small ones. So this is typical. We traded this one before, as you can see here, ARPO. And this is what we see all the time. So for me, ARPO is not really an option for pre-market. It is just when market's open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now put this one on 159, and I'm going to, that's okay. And I'm going to set an alert if it gets above 159, and I might be interested in this one again. And this is why. So ARPO, small one, but small ones are sometimes nice if a market doesn't want to go. Then the small stocks are something that you can turn to. Let's see what Discovery did. We saw this one early this morning go up on this big move here. I don't want to chase anything, so I'm not going to get in here or something, because you never know. And then it just stayed here all the time. And then there's a collaboration. Someone told me in chat this morning, wants to go further up now. So Discovery really is something that I'm going to put on my watch list also. Discovery. Okay, H holding Tesla, Neo, Disney, Palantir, CHPT, SQ, Square, Arc, oh, Kathy, and Apple. All right. Let's look at Discovery. What's going on here? Well, we know what's going on. It has this, well, this interesting here. This one will get a lot of momentum. I'm going to tell you that much. 100,000 shares trading right now, so that's something that you can get into. I'm seeing here this double top, almost double top. So this tells me that 4280 is resistance. I'm going to set my alert here on 4280 and keep a close watch. If it breaks that, then I am not added. Set an alert. So set an alert. So that's going to be my alert on Discovery. And it just might fall down here all the way to this open price at 37.25-ish. Here's another small one. SCED, China Jojo Drugstore. Push up above the dollar. Okay, so this is post-market. It just got above the dollar, and above the dollar is always interesting. I'm not too much into these small stocks, but I'm not afraid to trade them. If they get any momentum above $1, let's see. Look at this. Oh, this went 25, sorry. This is also a small one. Sometimes it's so nice to just play those small ones because it's, as you can see here, it got above this $1 here, and then the next day it didn't want to go, and then it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days and got to 125. If you're someone who holds these, then you made a 25% gain in 4 days. But you can also day trade these because look at this 105 to 123. And after a big day here, due to pre-market to post-market trading, got to 125. You have to hold them. It has to hold this $1, of course. So this is support. And then if it breaks 125, then you are really can really do this one. Buying the dip on coin. I have looked at coin for some time now because after the IPO, it didn't do anything what I liked. Huh. Well, when it opened, it talked about this 250 price. It's going to be 250. That's something that's, and then there's some 250 being the real value of this one. Buying the dip on coin. There's nothing here. So if you want to do something, then you really, really, really have to be very careful. You know that by now. If you don't know me by now. Okay, so this is also 250, 250.50, and what's the level? Just try to get up again, now going down, and now really struggling here to hold at 250. And everything under 247 is, of course, a down, a short. But no levels here, so very tricky trade. If you're gonna do that, Ramon, please, 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 please take care. Oh, maybe CC. Yeah, CCL. That's okay. Yeah, this. Let's look at some volume. FAMI. Talked about FAMI. Someone wanted to know about that one. Has to get above 42. IDEX. Let's see what IDEX is doing. Nice pop. And 266 got above that nicely. Also with some volume here, not a lot, but 30,000 is for $2 stock. Would have been enough for me normally. So this is the line that I drew this morning, and I should have put an alert in this one on this level because it would have warned me to go long above it, but didn't do that. This is okay. This one can, this is a real mover on a day. So look at these. So you really have to, it's now trading 262. It tried to get to this blue line here, which is the 50, as you know. So 282 for the long would give me a lot of security here. Just so I'm gonna put my alert on 279, alert, and see what IDEX is doing. AMC, we talk about AMC also this morning. I think just for a brief while, yes. So this is what we see in AMC. You're looking at the daily right now. And on the early bird show, we recognize this going up, down, going up, down, going up, down. And now it's just, you tell me what's happening here. Is this the new high? Is it? So let's look at the 1 minute chart to see what's going on here. These are the lines that we drew this morning, 1364. No, so it's now a little bit higher, 1370. Really a hard one to predict. These spikes here are because it's now 8 o'clock Eastern time, and 8 o'clock Eastern time means that a lot of trading platforms are opening. So then you get these weird spikes here. So on EMC, I really want to see this one go above 1370 and then up for the long. So that's this one. We'll also break this trend line. This is not a real trend line. This is just me seeing this pattern going on. So you don't want to see this on your charts right now. So 1370 really is now my breakout point for AMC. It's trading 3% up now, 1.6 million shares, float of 230 million. So let's see if this one wants to make a jump like this again. Normally, I wouldn't say that it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you why, but yeah, you really have to see on a day what's going on. After big moves like this, so this, after reaching the top, so this top, then this happened, this top, this happened. So not a lot of movement in those days. Here got another top. It's not a higher high, but there was another move on the day before, and then nothing going on really. So this now happening here, then this happening on Friday. Could have traded that one, of course. Just might stay here between those lines, and then you really have to look at price action. I don't see the logic of a squeeze, really. To be honest with you, there's no logic in squeeze whatsoever. And if you look at it, but I'm really not sure if this will get a squeeze. Just let we're gonna see, look at price action, and then we'll see who's what's going on. But AMC is always on somebody's watch list, so please tread carefully. Be sure that you trade in the right way, which means your own way. Don't follow me or anybody else. Please watch my show again tomorrow at the same time, and watch the early bird show at Benzinga at 10 o'clock Amsterdam times and at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you all tomorrow. If you want to see what I traded today, follow me on Twitter, and then you can see what I did, what I could have done, what I should have done, or what you could have done. So have a nice day, and see you guys tomorrow.